Well, hey there. How you doing? It's been a while. I just thought I would jump on, record a shave. I happen to need one, and I've had some people asking about me lately, just checking in on me. I really appreciate that, and I just wanted to, yeah, thought it was time to jump in. I'll talk about what's been occupying me that keeps me from making videos like I was before. So anyway, let's set up the shave and then I'll get into that. So I have been just using things that I like. I haven't been experimenting or cycling through my collection or anything like that. I've got all the razors just sitting in the closet, and I've really got, let's see, 4 in here that I use. The one I've been using the most, which I'm going to use today, is the RazoRock Hawk version 3 with just the standard plate. And I have a Kai Captain Titan Protouch in there, which I haven't tried this blade, so I'm not sure it's going to work well for me, but I'm going to try it anyway. Then I have a Rockwell 6S, which I use probably second most to the Hawk. I have the Schick adjustable M1, which is always a perennial favorite for me. And then I have the Leaf twig, just the regular twig. Just always a good shaver. So these are the 4 that I've been using consistently. I don't have anything against the other razors. I've been frankly lazy and shaving at times of day where it's not like enjoyable, fun shaving time. It's sort of like gotta shave time. So it's easy to pick this up in particular, and I've just been having really good luck. I had a Kai Captain Titan Mild that I'd been using, and I got up to about, I want to say like 18, close to 20 shaves on it, and just decided the last time I shaved with it, it was not a close shave, so it was definitely time to change it up. The other thing is I have been just using the same soap over and over because I don't know, I just felt like it. So I'm using this Taconic shave, which is just their lime, and it's mainly just a glycerin soap. So and there's other stuff in it, and it shaves really well. I mean, it has a nice lather to it. And the other thing is, because I'm using that, instead of using a bowl, I've just been face lathering with the Mika, just because I really like this brush and it's easy to use. So I'm gonna go ahead, lather up, and we'll go from there. So you might be aware, you're probably aware that I usually bowl lather, so face lathering was sort of a different thing for me. But because of this puck, I didn't feel like cutting, scraping some off and then sticking it in the bowl, and there's no way I'm ever gonna get rid of this. And I also feel like glycerin soaps in a tin handle getting wet and drying a little better than the like fat rich, butter rich soaps do. It's probably all in my head, but and I feel like I can rinse this and then just let it dry pretty easily if I need to. Honestly, I usually don't even bother rinsing it. So, but just load up for about a minute with just a damp brush, because I figured out, nobody told me this, but I figured out that if I have too much water in the brush and then I start face lathering, it just goes everywhere. It's a huge mess. So I like to avoid that. All right, wet the face. All right, so yeah, just very dry brush, just barely damp, and good bit of soap in there. Although I get the sense it would take me years to finish this one puck. part of why I haven't been making videos is that I stopped buying things because I feel like I have enough soap in my closet to last me 2 lifetimes. I genuinely do not know how people use up soap, especially when they're in 4 ounce and more tubs. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty generous with the amount of soap I use. I'm certainly not being frugal. And I mean, I can't even make a dent in most of these soaps. So, maybe I'm just lucky. Maybe my water quality is such that I just don't have to use as much soap as other people. I really don't understand it. I know that people prefer 4 ounce tubs because they can lather from the tub. It's just easier with a larger surface area. I get that, but yeah, it's just an absolute ton of soap. So at some point late last year, early this year, I just kind of said, I can't do it, you know. I just can't keep buying more and more and more and more. It just feels kind of I don't know, excessive to me. And I know people, this is their hobby and they enjoy collecting and they like the designs on the labels and they want to support the artisans, and there's lots of reasons why they might be, you know, buying the new releases and things like that, but yeah, I just can't justify it. I just can't do it, so I'm not. All right. Feels pretty good to me. I wasn't sure. After using that Titan Mild for all of those shaves, it had gotten to be so smooth, and I've been so lazy and so like reckless about it that it was just, I mean, I couldn't hurt myself. It was just, again, you know, the laziness aspect. But and then I switched to a new one, and it still had the edge on it, and it was like, oh, I have to be careful here. Not that it felt like it was going to cut me. It was really more about irritation. Like, it just felt like I was going to get a lot of irritation if I wasn't more careful. So, beyond not wanting to buy more stuff, even though there have been some things that really caught my eye, there have been a few PAA Phoenix releases. There was a fruity one. I can't think of it off the top of my head that looked really, really interesting to me. So that's one that I would consider getting. But again, I have so many soaps that I don't even use, and it's not that I don't like them, it's just I have so many. Like, how am I supposed to use them all? So, yeah. I'm not trying to be a broken record, but I think you get it. So, tons of soap left in the brush. That's one thing I like about this. One of the things, besides just being so soft and easy to use. Great shape on the handle, fits in my hand so well. on and on and on. Just a great brush. Good stuff. Nice pleasant fragrance, not too strong. I still have to be kind of aware that my wife doesn't like strong perfumes, and so I try to not overdo it. And this is a nice sort of neutral fragrance. All right, pass two. So the Hawk with a standard plate. I mean, it's like a push broom, right? You just literally just wiping it across your face. And this is a great blade. I'm really happy I tried this. Captain Titan Protouch MG. Microguard? Not sure. Can definitely feel the edge cutting, but it's very protected because it has the guard on it. It's kind of hard to show. I don't know if you're able to see that. Probably not. Anyway, there's like little lines. I think it's like little very fine gauge wire that's just sort of on top. I'm not sure the manufacturing, like how that works, but yeah. The effect is it keeps the edge from being able to go deeper than just skin level, which is great because it lets you catch all the hair but not scrape and cause irritation. So works really well for me. So the other reason, or one of the other reasons, is I've been having yet more health problems, and I just can't seem to catch a break on staying healthy. So you may remember that for a while, for a couple of years, I had to wear oxygen because I had a nasty lung infection, which I think is gone now, but I'm still on medication for it for the next couple months. They like to go the full duration on the medication, apparently because it's a slow growing organism, that it's also takes a lot of time to push it back. So anyway, so that was obnoxious to say the least. If any of you have ever been on oxygen, it is I mean, it's, thank goodness it's a thing, because otherwise it would be miserable to be always feeling like you were low on oxygen. But it's also it gets to be very annoying wearing that thing on your head, you know, the nasal cannula. It's over your ears, it's coming down your face, it's in front of you, it's always in the way, always. And I don't have the best balance in the world anymore, and I would step on it and it would trip me, and I just got really sick of it. And so when I was able to stop wearing it, it was just like it felt like I was freed, literally freed of a shackle, you know, like And so I felt really good from that. You know, just what a amazing thing, because there was, for a while there, I really wasn't sure that I was ever going to get off of it. I kind of had, not happily, but had sort of made peace with the fact that my lungs were damaged and that I probably wasn't going to be able to survive without oxygen. But here I am, and fortunately, I mean, it's not like I've got great lung capacity or whatever, but I feel better than I did, and good enough not to wear it. Anyway, so after that sort of high, and also I had made plans to go home and visit family and do things I haven't done in years because I've felt so bad. I now, not to get too in depth with it, but hang on. So after making plans and things, my hip started to hurt. My leg, actually. I wasn't sure it was my hip or not, but so my leg hurts, and maybe, you know, I felt like maybe I did something weird and I stepped wrong. I did just some clumsy thing, and then it kept getting more painful and more painful. And finally I said to my doctor, like, you know, I don't know what the deal is, but something's not right. And so he said, okay, well, let's x-ray it, see what's going on. He said, I have a suspicion, I think I know what it is, but let's see what the x-ray says. So, 1 second. So the x-ray comes back, and he says, oh yeah, you've got avascular necrosis in your hip joint, in the ball. I said, oh, okay, what's that? And he basically said it's a circulatory thing where fluids, blood and nutrients and fluids and stuff aren't able to get to that part of your bone, and it basically dies, you know. Or stops functioning like a bone should. It loses its rigidity and starts to collapse. And so that's what the pain was from, is that the ball was no longer a ball. It was flat on top. And, you know, when it was moving, it was not moving smoothly like it should. So the only recourse is to replace it. There's one other procedure you can try, but it doesn't have a great success rate. And also, once the damage is done, there's no way to make it round again, you know. Once that shape is gone, nothing is ever going to make it the right shape again, if that makes sense. So it's the only way for it to not be painful is to replace it. So, oh, and also the thing that caused it in the first place is a medication that I have to take. Corticosteroid. It's called prednisone. Pretty common, and a lot of people take it short term. And short term, it's like a miracle. I mean, some of the things that it can treat is amazing. The problem with it, and with a lot of medications, is long term, and the effects that it has, which are pulling the calcium out of your teeth and your bones. So the last few years, my teeth have fallen apart. I used to have really, really wonderful teeth, you know, just really, I mean, just excellent teeth. I joke and say that I could have like chewed rocks and, you know, wouldn't have hurt them. And they were just wonderful teeth. I'd never had any problems, and now they just, all of the enamel just basically weakened and broke away. And so like I just had teeth that were just crumbling. I'm sorry if that's if that's disturbing or gross, but yeah, it's just terrible, and I've had to have a lot of teeth fixed and just really unpleasant stuff. Dentistry is not something I don't think any of us like, but hang on one second. So the same thing is happening with my bones. I do take a calcium supplement. I do get a shot once a year that's supposed to make a difference. And you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it's made it take this long instead of happening sooner. But anyway, I think what was one of the notable things for me was how nonchalant and matter of fact and unsurprised the doctor was. You know, he was just like, oh yeah, avascular necrosis, that's because you've been taking prednisone, and it's pretty much unavoidable. And it's like, oh, that's news to me. So anyway, the pain from this has been pretty substantial. I mean, to the point where I can't sleep well. Everything I do is difficult and painful, and it keeps getting worse as because the bone just keeps getting worse. It's not going to get any better, like I said, and it's not stopping. The other thing is, it's just amazing how fast all of this has happened. Like, it went from not being a thing to being like debilitating painful within 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So I mean, I'm sure that it was slowly happening for, you know, heck, maybe years, I don't know. But yeah, just a surprise when something becomes a problem that quickly. So anyway, I am getting hip replacements, the joint replacement surgery done in a week or so, which is great, because then supposedly the recovery is pretty quick, a couple weeks, and then the pain will go away. Now my left one is less bad, but still painful, and I think it's because of favoring the right one and you know, putting more weight and all that on the left one. So anyway, I am looking forward to getting the surgery done. I've never had any kind of surgery before. I mean, I've had anesthesia, but not surgery, so I'm kind of concerned. You know, it's not something I take lightly. And then also I have some immunocompromise. Like, my immune system is not normal. And so I have to be really careful about infection. And if it gets infected, apparently it's a really bad deal. So I am hoping that that is not the case. All right, so what that was, I mix my aftershave. So I have the aftershave that goes with that. Maybe it doesn't go with it technically, but it's lime, but it's lavender lime. And I like it, but it has menthol in it. And I don't love menthol, so I'll use it every now and then, but I just don't like menthol. So if it didn't have menthol, I'd use it every time. So I used Stirling, just a little sample of lime. And then I mix it with sin, which is not sin, but sin, or without in Spanish, and that's Phoenix. Great stuff. I really enjoy that, and I've actually, for me, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I use it pretty much every time I shave, so that's why. And that's it. that's all I've been doing to shave recently. The only thing I've been changing is the razor. This is as good a shave as I could imagine. It is perfectly smooth, not a speck of hair left, zero irritation. So it's kind of hard to want to try to use something else because I'm just so happy with how this works. And anyway, I've taken enough of your time. I really appreciate everyone checking in on me, and I'm okay. I just got to get through some things, and then hopefully I'll be back and doing this more often. But until then, I hope all of you are well. I haven't checked in on a lot of your videos, but hopefully can do that soon and say hi and see everybody doing their thing. So, all right, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye now.